I can't bring myself to wash my barrels in soapy water. I can see the point of the idea. Carbonised oil behind the rings and things. Oh, old dog, new tricks, don't know. But I just can't see myself bone dry. No, I like the oil, I must admit. Right, set the rings, third intervals. There we go, put a bit of lube down the bores as well. And see where we go. And I'm just going to knit all of these up in a sequence. Similar to the head, just crisscrosses. And see, to do them all a bit at a time. As soon as they make contact with the others, and then just a bit at a time. And that's it. Right, they're not even finger tight them, but they're all nipped. They're all down to the barrel. And then now if I do the sequence, see it, just midges at a time until they go solid. And that'll do me for the barrel. Wipe off excess oil. I'm just going to clean up the inspection cover. It's cleaned up. I'll just change the side. Right, I'm going to change this seal. So a couple of sockets, one will go through the case and then I've got another socket which won't. Just warm the case up a touch. There's a smaller socket and it should come out if you push it. There we go. Wipe out. Right, and while that's still hot, put on a piece of wood. Right, there's the new seal. This is the seal inside. So the seal needs the spring to this side. I'm going to turn it over just to make it easier. The spring side in, and then I've got the bigger socket which won't go through the hole. So the case is still warm, so I'll push this in. Start it off. That's it. About halfway in there, so I'll just finish it off with a couple of taps. That's it, nice and flat. Yep, that'll do. And a new gasket, which I'll also put on dry. Right, I've put a bit of silicone around the splines and a bit of grease around the outside. It's nice and clean in here. Yeah, that's that one. Right, I'll just hook the chain on. Now this bit's always awkward, so if you use a file, you can actually slide the chain along. So, see, it's on its way through there. Don't know if you see. And then just a couple of links over the end of the file, and you can actually catch the end of the sprocket. There it is. And then a little bit of working like that. Once it's round a tooth, usually grips, and then you can turn the sprocket. And that's it, it'll go around there. And I can pull my file out. Right, I'm just going to clamp the chain on. Split link. Put the chain on. Now the brake arm. You know when you should have put the brake arm on before you put the chain on. Right, give it a bit of a clean off with acetone, because I'm going to put Loctite on here, seeing that it's slackened off before. Mind you, it won't be long before I've got it on and off again, because I want this sprocket changing because it's knackered. Sprocket on. Tab washer, I mean. I wish I'd got my glasses. Oh, there you go. Clean out the nut as well. Oh, Loctite went into a bubble. Right, I'm just going to put a couple of drops around in the nut. Get the nut on. Right, I'll just shift the camera and tighten that because it's too in the way. And that's good. Right, if I can start the tab off. And then I'll finish that with the wall grips. Yeah, and that's a nice tab, that. Leave the corners radiused a bit. Must get a new tab washer too. I'll clean that thread off because I'll be putting Loctite on that as well. And clean the oil off the threads, and you don't want no oil on the taper. You want nothing on the taper. Put this case on. So again, I'll use a little bit of grease. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of grease around the seal, or the shaft. A bit of Loctite dribbling out there. You don't want that on the seal, but the grease will protect the seal now from sticky Loctite. And new gasket, and then that should just push on nice. Yep, there you go. Right, I'll just shift the camera and put them screws in. And I'll put a little dot of not Loctite, silicone in each screw hole as I put the screws in. Yeah, just a bit. It's just to get onto the threads. And then if there's any oil does come out of them, the silicone stops it. And it holds them in, so you don't have to over tighten them too much. Right, first thing I'm going to do is put the washers on. Now there's a washer with a recess. The recess goes in over. It's for imperfections on the splines. So that on first. And then I've got a couple of shims. And the shims here are for the sprocket and clutch basket alignment. So I'll just put them on, and the tensioner. Screw in. I have to get my little screwdriver thing. was about there. Right. The key in. Nice and flat, little tap. Right, I'm going to put the clutch on, so that's nice and dry around there. Right, I'm going to put them on as a unit. The key's about straight up. I do believe I got that square on straight time. Okay. Just lightly tap that on. Still moving. And that's about that on. Right, I put a little bit of grease inside so it scrapes down the outside of the washer when I put the washer on. I'm going to put the best side in. I'm going to put some Loctite on the thread. I'm going to put a bit in the nut. Another thing I must invest in, a new nut. Right, I just adjust my brake up a little bit, then I'll apply the brake and I can tighten it the rest of the way. Just go for a power bar and give this a nice tighten. That's good. Wipe off any excess Loctite and you don't want none down the hole. Right, I'll put half the plates in. Because I want to lock the clutch up so I can tighten all the so I can tighten the crankshaft nuts. That'll do, and I'll leave enough room to put my lockable one in. Yeah, that one's just two plates bolted together, and it'll hold the centre and the outer. That'll do, that'll lock them two together. Now I can use the back brake to tighten the front nut.